There's something interesting about money. You work your whole life for it. And then you end up in a place, maybe you got there a little bit early, like I did. When you have a look and you've got, you don't need a job anymore, right? You don't need to trade your time for money anymore. You have a location-independent income, so you've got a pension coming in, you've got investments income, you've got, Bitcoin and other assets. You look around, you think, what do I do now? Well, I'll tell you what I've been doing. I haven't been going out buying flashy cars, spending up big money on trinkets or any of that sort of stuff. Although I do admit I bought myself that, those 2 Akubra hats, which were, at full retail. They're beautiful hats. They're even better than what I thought. But I think in many ways money and a person's values, when you come into money, for whatever reason, whether it's an inheritance or whether you get a high-paying job or you make a lot of money in Bitcoin or stocks or whatever it might be, the way you spend some of that money tends to reflect your character and your priorities, right? I mean, there are people out there who are buying expensive cars, going on exotic locations and buying very expensive houses and all that sort of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But I've just noticed that within myself, I have no desire to do any of that stuff, except for the travel part. And I'm very interested in travel. Right? Yeah. So this has been an interesting journey with Bitcoin for me. Right? And I've realized that all along, it wasn't money that I was after. It wasn't even wealth that I was after. It was time. Time is what I wanted. And time is more important and more valuable than money. There it is, all right? Time to wake up in the morning at whatever time you want. Time to study, to learn, to reflect, to ponder, to not have to report to a workplace, to not have to report to a boss, to not be under the control of anyone else. And I realized that I'm in a position at age 42 where the 2 biggest levers on a man, which is money and sex, have been completely removed from me. So those 2 levers that are used to control most men are not controllers of my life. Like, I could really be dangerous if I wanted to be, because I don't have those levers. Like, if I wanted to be, I could become a very, very dangerous individual, because I don't have those levers hanging over me, controlling my actions. All right? And I've got all the time in the world to do whatever I want. I mean, just think about how controlling those 2 things are, money and sex, for a man. Right? You need money, most men go and get a job. High sex drive, most men go out and get a woman. Go and get a job, you have a supervisor, you have a boss, you have an organisation that you're working for. You have sex, you've got a woman, which means you've got a regulator in your life. Right? And don't be under any illusions, women are the regulators of male behaviour. Right? If male behaviour was able to run amok, we'd have situations like what happens over in places like Pattaya, Thailand, right? Yeah. So it is interesting that you remove those controls. What other controls are there in life? Let's see. So family, children. I don't have any children. Community, social standing, right? They're controllers. Well, of course, I want to do the right thing anyway. But it is very interesting how those sorts of things that control most men just they just don't control me. So what have I been doing with my time? Well, I've been running my business, INTJ Billing. I've been doing a lot of work on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. I've been expanding the number of Lightning Network node peers that I have, and I'm opening channels with them. I'm contributing original research about the Bitcoin Lightning Network and open sourcing it, giving it away to the world for free. So this says a little bit about my values, doesn't it? Right. Now that I've got all the time in the world, I'm spending it on helping other people. So I've learned that about myself. You know, I'm a person that likes to empower people, that likes to help people. I'm getting excellent feedback from other Bitcoin Lightning Network node operators and other people who have got an interest in the Lightning Network on my YouTube channel, via various websites that I'm engaging in swaps and channel opening with other node operators. And that original research that I put out about countries in the world and their freedom index, whether they're free, not free, or partially free, and how many Bitcoin Lightning Network nodes are in those countries. That's good research. That's something that hadn't been done. That is original research that I provided because I had the time to be able to provide it, because I had time available to think, time that wasn't spent at a day job, time that wasn't spent with me being given explicit commands to do this or do that, engage in this behavior or that behavior. This research was done and given freely available to the world because I've got plenty of time on my hands and the money is not an issue. Like, I've got enough in order to live without having to seek a day job. Alright? So I'm going to be doing more of this, helping people, community work, giving stuff away, original research, alright?